Let's very quickly run through the next UFC card. This is a fight night. Will be the first this year, and it's not until the 15th of January. So there, late starter for once. It's an interesting card, this. It is an interesting card. I'm not quite sure what to make of the main event. This is BJ Penn's return. I don't really know what he's thinking here, okay? He's fighting Rodriguez, who is ranked number 10, but he has a record of 9-1, and his wins are mostly by decision. Doesn't bode well for him, although it does depend a lot on how old BJ Penn looks, how rusty he might be. I mean, he's been around a long time, but hasn't been active for, I would say, a good few years now. It's going to be fascinating to watch that one. Absolutely fascinating. Even if Penn wins, I don't see this as being like a sort of return to glory for him, really. It's the name that's got him on the top of the card, not anything else. We'll wait and see what happens with that one. If the other guy wins, then he is sunk forever, I think. So, yes, I also think that this is one that Penn has planned on coming back for a while. I seem to recall that he was supposed to fight his sort of comeback fight last year, and it got cancelled for some reason. I don't know if he was injured or the other person was injured or whatever, but it didn't happen. So it's not like this has come completely out of the blue. The next fight, Joe Lozon is fighting Marcin Held. Joe should win this one, although Marcin is supposed to be good on the ground according to statistics, but yeah, I think Joe should win this one. Ben Saunders and McGee. I don't know why this feels a little bit like sort of something that could have happened 10 years ago, but there we are. It feels like an exhibition match between people that aren't quite exhibition age or material. The chances are, I think that McGee will probably win this one, but it could go to decision. It is his area of strength according to this anyway. The next one, Jimmy Rivera and Marlon Vera. Probably Jimmy. He's ranked 6th, whereas the other one isn't ranked at all. 20-1 is his record. And they put him against somebody 8-3. This is that is the only issue. So Jimmy's main area of strength by 70% is decision, whereas Marlon is much higher on the ground, 63% to 10%. That is going to be the area that's an issue, if there is one. Moving to the later card, John Moraga is back versus Sergio Pettis. Interesting one, this. Very interesting one indeed. Not sure how I feel about this. Also a bit surprised at the disparity between the rankings here. Sergio Pettis, I think, is very good. Do like him. Do think that he will sort of do well. One day break out of his sort of brother's shadow, so to speak. He is ranked here 15th. There's quite a difference there between John Moraga, who is ranked 8th, and I remember him being good, but I don't remember him being so much better than Sergio. So there we are. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. I like them both. So a draw would be nice there, but I don't suppose that's a possibility, really. It's difficult to say. They are very well matched statistically as well here. So it's difficult to say with that one. That one is going to, regardless of the outcome, if those two both fight to the best of their ability. This is sort of fight of the night for certain, for absolute certain there. Now the next one, Frankie Saenz and Augusto Mendes, don't know either of them. Although it's interesting because again the UFC usually like to either pit two strikers together or pit a striker versus a groundsman. And on this card, they've done this several times. They've had people who are good in one strength, usually on the ground, and the other guy, his main strength is decision. Sort of saying, well, it's more a case of one guy is going to win if it gets to the judge's scorecard. So it's up to the other guy to sort of stop him. I'm just noticing those trends, that's all. Alexei Olenek and Victor Pesta, again, I don't know either of them. Although Olenek has a weird record, 50, 50, 5-0 and 10. So he should obviously win against somebody who's 10-3, but there we are, we'll wait to see, shall we? Tony Martin and Alex White. This could be a ground war, which could be interesting. I think I'd probably go for Alex White. He has more ways to win, statistically speaking, according to this. Of course, you can't base everything that much on statistics, and that's the thing, is that I don't know all of these fighters. I'm nowhere near as up on this as I used to be. Bottom of the card then, there's a women's bout. Jocelyn Jones, Leibarger and Nina Ansarov, no idea. The next one, Devin Powell and Drakkar Klose. One's got a perfect record of 6 and one is 8-1. I might go for Drakkar Klose on that. Do you know, they don't have pictures either of these, so I don't... no idea really. That's just a guess. What else have we got? Walt Harris and Chase Sherman. Probably Walt Harris will win that one. This is two strikers though, you see. Both of these are 100% stand-up wins. One 8-5, the other 9-2. So you can be pretty sure it's probably not going to go to a decision. What's the next one? Bojan Milhajlovic and Joachim Christiansen or something. Don't know either of them either. So the bottom of the card, we've got Dmitry Smolikov and Cyril Asker. I don't know either of them either. But it is, I think, a reasonably good card, if not a tiny bit odd to see some of those faces again, but there we are. Yes, and I don't do recap videos anymore, so it will be the fighter of the month in February that I do for January that you'll hear from me if anything strange or fantastic or horrifying happens in this card to talk about, and of course to give my award for fighter of the card, first of the year.